Today's news, we will cover Cedar Springs High School fall play coming up very soon, along with fall itself as we gather students' opinions on the season and some activities they enjoy partaking in.
We'll also be sitting down with some Cedar Springs seniors and talking to them about their last fall sport. All that and more on today's edition of Cedar Springs TV Live. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wyatt Messler.
I'm Jeremy Campione, and thank you for joining us today on Cedar Springs TV Live. For our first piece of the day, CSTV's Gabe Park and Riley Tate sat down with some students involved in the fall play titled 30 Reasons Not to Be in a Play and gathered their opinions on the play and prior plays.
30 Reasons Not to Be in a Play is more like a shticky, over-the-top comedy. It sort of makes fun of all the aspects of why people might judge being in a high school play or being a play in general. It's very low-key, very much timing and quick-witted oriented. I don't know if there's a serious part in it. I think it's mostly just off-the-wall comedy.
Well, I think this show's different than other shows because we don't really have a main cast. It's not like this person's a main role and this person's a main role, and then everybody else kind of adds in. Everybody else is the adding on to the show. It's not just one main character, it's a bunch of minor characters that serve a purpose in each scene, or you can just say each reason of the show because of 30 Reasons Not to Be in a Play. And I think that's a lot different than the two shows I've been in before this because there's a very clearly defined main character.
Well, I feel like this show is different from a lot of other shows in that it feels like a lot of shows. You've got scenes where two characters have a really large amount of character interaction that could be fleshed out into a full play in itself, but it's just one scene in a two and a half hour show. It's similar in the way that, the scenes are short, it's broken up, it's general play structure, but other than that, it feels very unique. Casting
a show such as 30 Reasons is more about finding the best ensemble and the best people that fit. Not necessarily the characters, but the scene and the timing. This was the first time in a long time we posted a cast list without having specific roles on there.
And I think this show's similar to other ones. Like Shakespeare, my freshman year show, we had the audience set on the stage, and we're doing that again this year, which honestly I just enjoyed a lot because we really the audience gets to experience the ride that we're going on too, because we can bring them in, we can talk to them, we can touch them. I mean, when you come to the show, you really need to expect anything to happen because we do push the barriers a little bit.
The process of being a director for this type of show is really no different than any of my shows. I think you want to find the show that best fits your cast and the people you have available in a school, and then understand it as best you can. And then really we get into the system and blocking and movement, and you do 2 weeks of rough blocking and just get through the whole show. And then you start fine-tuning and tweaking.
What I love most about the play is just really the variety of different characters that there are, because the way it's set up with all of the different skits and all the different scenes being a different act in itself, you've got one character that can be this way and another character that can be completely different in one scene, and then you can have a quiet character in another scene that turns into this loud character, and it doesn't affect this other scene, so you could have 15 different plot lines that go through the whole line, and you can just have a lot of characters, a lot of different emotions throughout the whole thing.
The dates of the show are November 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. 4 opportunities to see the show. However, one might get adjusted depending on football and playoffs and stuff like we did last year. But there'll be at least 3 for sure, and maybe hopefully 4 opportunities to see the show. Tickets are going to be $7, available at the door, online at hprodcshs.com.
This year's Falls play looks pretty interesting. Might have to go buy myself a ticket and stop in there one of the nights.
I agree. Now for the seniors of Cedar Springs High School, this will be their last opportunity to partake in fall sports. Our own Amani Morales sat down with some of these seniors and talked to them about their experiences.
Cedar Springs fall season sports are starting to wrap up, as well as some of the students' athletic careers. For some, this is their last season in Cedar Springs.
We sat down with a few of the seniors to reminisce and reflect on how the past 4 years have impacted their lives as a high school athlete.
So far for volleyball this year, this season has been amazing. We're all coming together and it's so nice to see our program where it has been and where it is now. We've had a lot of ups and downs, but I think we're going to finish strong this year.
Our season went pretty well. Right now we are 7-1, so I'd call that a pretty good season.
I would say my season went pretty well. We came together as a team and we learned from each other.
So far this year, my cross-country season has gone very well. We've been conference champs, and we're looking very strong going into regionals and our state competition the next couple weeks.
My season went really well. There was a lot of growth, especially, through the whole high school career. And just looking back on it, like, just going in when we had the first Western camp in the summer, when we had those first 2 games with the team, like, I just felt so confident in our skill level. So, yeah, it went really well.
I am very happy with the improvements. We started off very not good when we got switched into our new conference, and then we adapted and we grew stronger, worked harder, and I think we're at a better place. My favorite memory, game-wise, would probably be 2 years ago when we took first place at the Central Montcalm tournament. It was super high energy, it was super fun for me to see, and it made me realize what fun volleyball could be for us in the future. I think I had to grow a lot as a person during volleyball, and then as a captain I learned how to lead a team and trying not to just focus on my mistakes, but really focusing on the team and how we're doing. My most proud moment was probably just seeing people on our team just really being there to get better and committed to the team. Hardest moment, probably last year. It was a good learning year. We had 9 girls on the team to start with, no seniors, so it was very, I wouldn't say young, but it was very lacking that seniority and that superiority.
I think my favorite memory would probably be during the summer over at when we were doing at Camp Red Hawk, because we'd get to know each other really intensely. Freshman year, our season was we weren't that great, and but I think over the years our chemistry, our team chemistry is definitely way up now. My proudest moment would probably be when we won the district championship last year. Our hardest moment would probably be this year after Caledonia, because that was a game that we could have won.
I would say, even though it's competitive, going to state finals and experiencing that as a team, and yeah. Over my cheer career, it's really cool to see how you can grow as a freshman all the way up to a senior. My hardest moment was in my sophomore year. We didn't make it to state finals and regionals, and so that made us want to push even harder for the next season.
Honestly, I think the way that my cross career has panned out has been awesome. So I came in my freshman year not very competitive, but as my grade specifically, so us seniors on the team have improved. Our team's become a lot more competitive. And it's been really cool seeing that progress happen over the last 4 years, from going to being okay to now being some of the top teams in the state, being able to compete with that. So my most proud moment from cross country actually probably comes from my sophomore year. We went into our regional meet as big as underdogs as you can possibly be, and we scraped by and we won that meet by 2 points for our regional championship. Then we went off to state our sophomore year, which we weren't expected to do, so that was super cool.
My entire soccer career, from the start, we only had 1 win in the first season, and then to move from that all the way to almost getting second in our conference and having 10 wins. That's a good improvement, so I'm really happy with that. What made me most proud is being able to see the team progress from going from a team that's just oh yeah, we get Cedar tonight. It's gonna be an easy game to, oh crap, we get Cedar. Hardest moment was definitely the last game. It was just a game where we fought hard the whole time and ended up just not being able to come through with the win, lost in PKs. After that game, we stayed for about 45 minutes just remembering everything. We only left because of the lightning, so otherwise I would have stayed a lot longer. Just hard to leave the field for the last time.
I think I'll miss the team. Just the team.
Definitely the people on the team.
Our team.
I will miss my team and the relationships I've had with my team and my coach.
I'm definitely gonna miss the team the most. More of the teammates, really just brothers. Because, I mean, the bond we've made throughout the years it's crazy.
And the whole reason I ended up going with cross country was because in the end I felt like the team was more of a family. I mean, I'm just super proud to call the guys that I run with, we call each other brothers, and I think that's more accurate than teammates.
No, I'll never get those moments where I'll have my team just to talk with my team and, you know, to wear that jersey and be in that gym. It's gonna be really hard for me to go not from that atmosphere to like not being there. That's probably the hardest thing and what I'll miss the most.
With the temperatures getting colder and snow on its way, fall sports are coming to an end very soon. Staying on the topic of sports, we're going to send it over to the sports desk with Grace Pavelka and Dylan Greenland.
Sad to think those senior seasons are almost over.
I know, it seems like it was just yesterday we were going to school for the first time, just waiting to graduate.
On a happier note, with winter sports approaching, many fall sports are beginning to wrap up.
Yes, they are. Last Wednesday, cross country won for the second time conference champs, and they will be competing in regionals this weekend. Yesterday, the Lady Hawks came away with 2 wins against Greenville and Ottawa Hills for their senior night. They will be playing this Tuesday against Forest Hills Northern to wrap up their conference games.
Last week, the Red Hawk football team defeated Ottawa Hills 64-6. Tonight at 7 p.m., the varsity squad will suit up and battle the Forest Hills Northern Huskies for their try at a second conference championship. Good luck to our boys tonight.
Yes, good luck, guys.
Don't forget, Halloween coming up next Thursday, the 31st, and have as much fun as you can celebrating the spooky season. Thank you for joining us today on CedarSpringsTV Live. I'm Jeremy Campione.
I'm Grace Pavelka.
And I'm Dylan Greenland.
And I'm Wyatt Messler.
And don't forget, it's always a great day
to be a Red Hawk.
All right, now I'm going to ask you a couple questions about the fall. What is your favorite thing about the fall?
My favorite thing about fall is the scenery that changes. You know, you get to see the beautiful colors out there in the trees, and then wrestling season starts.
All right, and then what are some of your favorite activities to do during the fall?
Some of my favorite activities are hunting, because I like to go out there and, you know, shoot some deer. And then wrestling, you know, just pretty much all I do during the fall.
So what is your favorite thing about the fall season?
I really like the fall season because all the trees are like really pretty colors. They're changing from green to like orange and yellow and red, and I feel like that's just getting me in the mood to like get all cozy and warm in my house.
What are some of your favorite activities to do in the fall?
Well, my favorite activities to do in the fall is to like carve pumpkins and go to pumpkin patches and sitting at home with all sorts of pajamas and like staying up and watching movies and, you know, eating pumpkin seeds. I just really like the fall season.
If you were to go trick-or-treating, what would you dress up as?
If I were to go trick-or-treating, I would dress up as a ghost